Hey, welcome to Squarebody Stuff. I'm Chad. This old turd is Buddy. You guys have probably seen Buddy before if you've been on this channel. If you haven't been on this channel, Buddy's my 84 crew cab. I've had him for probably, it's over 18 years now. I'm going to be putting some different wheels and tires on him. Right now he's got these 37-inch militaries, which they look kind of cool. They're not too awful bad. But to be honest with you guys, ever since I put these tires on this truck I think about 4 years ago, it's just changed the whole truck, and I haven't liked them. I've been trying to get by and try to learn to like them, but I don't like them. So I'm going back to a standard, or more of a standard size. I got some 265 75 16s, several 16-inch wheels I got to choose from. I'll show you that here in just a second. And so we're going to be going back to a little smaller tire on Buddy. Get him back to more of a working mode like he used to be back in his glory days. This truck back in the day was my everything vehicle. I'm daily driver, skidding logs out of the woods, hauling firewood, pulling trailers, driving cross country when I worked on the road. I done everything in this truck. So it raised all my kids. My kids have so many stories about this truck. It means a lot to me, and I want to kind of get him back to where he was back when I really enjoyed running him around, because I've got my 2012 Duramax, which she's good for pulling heavy trailers and all that stuff for a long distance, so I don't have to work the crap out of this truck. But just not liking these tires, so we're going to take them off and put some different tires on there. Go to the Teespring link down below in the description and go check out my merchandise. I've got shirts, coffee mugs, a few other things there. So go pick something out, see if you like anything. Now we'll just get back to getting these tires mounted up on some wheels for Buddy. Alright, as you can see, my shop is a complete total mess right now. These are some of the tires I'm going to be putting on him. I've got 4 of these BF Goodrich Rugged Trail TAs, and I've also got 4 of these General Grabbers, and they're in pretty good shape too. I'll have to mix match because I need a set of 6 obviously for that dually, so I'm not sure how I'm going to match them out to get them right. But then I've also got several wheels. I've got 2 more, I think another one over there, another wheel to take off just to make sure I get the best wheels that I've got back on them. I'm not sure if I'm going to take the time to paint them. I'd like to, but then again, it's just Buddy, so he's not worried about cosmetics. But actually this tire and that tire was the pair I had on the front of him back in the day, and they're 265s. They're the same size as these other tires. Alright, I've got kind of a first coat on the first wheel. It's going to be a front wheel, and no, these are not professionally painted. It's just some really cheap paint, no primer. That's not the way to do it. this is not a how-to paint your wheels video. This is me putting different wheels and tires on my truck. So this is not the way you need to do it. Really, you need to either have them sandblasted or something really stripped down really good. I'm just getting the loose stuff off of them and just spraying paint right over the top of the bare metal or whatever's there. Really, you need to have an etching primer and probably good sealing primer. You know, really do it right for your wheels to hold up. This is not that video. This is just a video just making some wheels look good from 50 foot away. As long as they're 50 footers, I'll be fine, because it's going to look a whole lot better. I think the white's going to look a lot better than the black wheels. I run the black wheels for a while, but I think I'm going to go with the white. And you also notice that I do have regular wheels on the front, so I've got to dig my spacers out to put it on this 3/4 ton front end, because yes, he still has a 3/4 ton front end in him. That's what he's had the whole time I've owned him. I do have a good Dana 60 that I need to rebuild. That's got, you know, it's a dually Dana 60, so I don't have to run spacers. But I run spacers for years, didn't have any problems with them until I changed everything up and then kind of went to this mode. So I'll put the spacers back on and let's go from there. Everything I do, or some of the stuff I do, ain't always right, but it's just how I do it. I just want to share it with you guys. Follow along. You can leave me comments, chew me out for not doing stuff right. That's fine with me too, because it really don't matter, because I'm going to do it my way. And I know my way ain't the right way. I do know the right way to do stuff, but sometimes just, I wasn't even going to paint the wheels, so I thought, well, I've already got the paint. Just going to go ahead and do it. It'll look better for now. They ain't going to last. They're going to chip. They're going to flake off. I know the whole deal. So just, I'm going to finish this up. Then we'll continue back when I pull the truck in and start putting spacers and pulling these wheels off and all that stuff. All right, we're kind of skipping ahead. I shut the camera off, got some stuff done. I got all the tires that I wanted to painted, just the outside, the front ones and the outer duals on the back. Got them painted. Got them mounted up, got the tires mounted on the wheels, figure out where I want them and how I want them. But my little bubble balancer, which is that guy right there, it wouldn't fit the center of the hubs. The hubs centers are too big around. So instead of trying to fight it or just go without balancing them, I loaded them up here in Cream Puff and took them down to the tire shop. Hung out with the boys down at the tire shop for a little while. They balanced my wheels for me. A couple of them took a lot of weight, but you know, that's just the way it is. But I've got them all ready to go. They're ready to mount up on Buddy. So I'm gonna get Buddy back in the shop, and we're gonna start putting some of these newish or new to me wheels and tires for Buddy. And I think he's gonna look pretty slick. Alright, so I'm going to show you another little reason why I'm tired of these 37s is this truck doesn't fit in my shop. I hit the awning. I've got airbags on there. I think I've got some air in them. I'm going to let them out and see if I can get him backed in the shop. I don't know if he'll actually back in the shop, just the way the ground lays and everything. I may have to pull him in forward or just change the tires out here outside. I don't think it's supposed to rain, but we never know. Right now we've got some weird weather going on, so it's kind of hit and miss on the rain. But I may have to do the rear tires outside. I could pull the front in, but that's another reason I want to get rid of the 37s. It's just got this truck where it's just hard to deal with. So goodbye 37s, good riddance to me. To show you what I got going on with my wheels, these will be the two fronts. Got them painted on the outside. They probably look good in the camera, but if you get up real close, they're not that great. But they're 50 footers. They look good from 50 foot away. Same thing with the outers for the rear. Of course, you can see some marks here where my tire changer got into a little bit, but I'm not worried about it. And those two are going to go on the inside of the duals on the back. I'm just going to have to do the back, at least the back out here in the sunlight, and hopefully no weather comes in, because I can't fit him in the shop backing up. And if I pull him forward, I don't have enough room back here in between the tire changer and all this. I can move some stuff around, but I'm a little too lazy for that. So I'm just going to do it out there. Get the rear off, the rear tires off. I've got spacers in between those 37s. I'll show you that here in just a minute. And I'm going to probably put the same spacers in between these, because these are wider than a factory style tire, so I need some space in between them. But I'll go through that, kind of show you what I got going on as I'm doing it. And instead of doing a time-lapse thing, I'll just try to remember to turn my stupid camera on every once in a while and show you what I got going on. So stay tuned. Alright, so here's what I got going on here. It's a 2-inch spacer and a 1/4-inch little shim spacer, whatever you want to call it, to get my spacing right in between the duals. So I'm going to take these off, and I think if I remember right, I've either got a couple of these, 1 or 2 of these in between the wheel and the hub, because these 16.5 wheels, you can kind of see in there maybe. There's not a whole lot of room. I'll admit, this is not the best setup. I don't advise anybody else to duplicate that, but this is how I roll sometimes. I just put stuff together and it works. They did work. They've worked for quite a few years. Other than just the tire size, I'm not happy with that. The way the setup was, I was fine with that. I would haul anything I wanted to with it. Just many other reasons why I'm getting rid of these 37s. So I'll get this other wheel off and start putting back the other side, or the smaller ones on, and we'll see what kind of a combination I come up with there. I'm thinking maybe an 1.5 inch spacer would work better, and I may buy some later on down the road, put 1.5 inch spacers. These may be a little bit too wide, but I've got them, so I'll probably use them in between the duals. We'll see how it works out. Well, I've got the back put back together. Not exactly the way I want it. The 2-inch spacers are a little bit wide. I think I'm going to order some 1.5 inch spacers, and that way I can get a little. They're just a little too far apart for my flavor, but it works. It'll get me by for now. But here's what I got. I need to kind of clean them up still yet. I didn't wipe them off or nothing, and they're kind of in the way. I went ahead and pulled the truck in before I remembered I needed to do some videotaping, but this is what it looks like for now. I'll try to get a better shot of it once it's out in the open, outside. So now I got to work on the front. Of course, I didn't wash anything, so I got mud to deal with on the front, but I really don't care about that. I got to pull these wheels off, and also I got to put my spacers on. There's my spacers I got to put on. They're nasty, they're dirty right now. I'm going to clean them up, and those are some that I machined back probably close to 20 years ago. Back before wheel spacers were a real big thing, back before Amazon I think even existed. So I worked in a shop, and we had the means to be able to machine stuff like that, so I machined a set of spacers. I actually had 4 of them at one time. I sold 1 pair, kept this pair, and they were on the front of this truck for a long time. And I pulled them off, put the single wheels on there, and then it ended up being the way it is now. So I'm going to put them back on and put these dually wheels back on there, and that'll get him by until I get my Dana 60 built and put in the front end of him, and not have to worry about the spacers or nothing, because the Dana 60 is a dually front end. I thought I'd show you an actual side-by-side of the size difference of these tires. There's probably a good 6 inches overall. So basically my truck's going to be about 6 inches lower. And I'm not going to lie, the older I get, the more I appreciate a lower truck. So that's going to help a bunch on getting in and out and all that stuff. But it's just going to be a lot easier on the truck. So I'm going to get these the front tires changed out and show you what I got going on there. And we'll just get after it. Alright, I've got Buddy put it back together, all the tires and wheels on him, and it's gonna take a little getting used to because I love the way them 37s looked, but that's about it. Other than that, I couldn't stand the way he drove with them, couldn't stand the way he performed with them. They were gonna wear out everything. They broke stuff, they wearing out my steering, all that stuff. So, but here he is, almost back to his former glory. About the only thing I got left to do, other than some body work there. He's starting to get a little rusty. But I used to have a pair of 4-inch stacks going up the headache rack. I'm debating on putting them back on there, either in the center where they were, or out here on the edge coming up here. Just mainly because that's just the way, that was my favorite time with this truck, when he had the stacks. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm gonna try to find a place to put this camera inside there with me, and we'll just go take a little test drive. Alright, I hope my camera stays where it's at. It's kind of a, it is what it is. But I made it to the end of my gravel road. It's about 2 miles of gravel road, and I can already tell you, it feels so much better. It's like I got my truck back. I hope you guys understand that. This is a kind of a big deal for me, because I miss old Buddy. We're gonna take him out on the blacktop. I ain't gonna bush him hard or nothing like that. We're just gonna take a drive. Feels good again. This feels like my old truck. Alright, I think I'm going to finish the video off here. I've probably made it long enough. I appreciate you guys sticking around with me. Watch me get my old Buddy back to where I want him. This is a pretty big deal for me. I've said it before, but I know he looks a little bit different than what he did. Maybe not quite as beefy, but I've got my truck back. I think y'all could appreciate that. I'm going to try to get some more videos out, and just keep doing what I'm doing. Till next time, y'all keep your square bodies rolling.